Hallo, Sabona, Ni hao, Bonjour, Molo, Lumela, hello. You are tuned into this video because you want to know more about linguistic diversity and how we deal with it in a classroom setting. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into it. For those of you who are not yet familiar with the term linguistic, here is the spelling of the word. People often get confused with the spelling. Whenever I hear the word, I immediately think of linguine pasta. Linguistic refers to something that is related to language. Our topic for today is linguistic diversity. So, in other words, dealing with a variety of different languages. Something you might also have heard someone say is, I am bilingual, meaning they can speak two languages. Some people are multilingual, which means they can speak 3 or more languages. That might be a mess if you get confused and mix them all up in one sentence. With the terminology out of the way, let's address the challenge of linguistic diversity in the classroom. If you look from a complete outsider's perspective, diversity in the classroom might be a good thing. In this way, learners are exposed to a variety of cultures and languages, which will not only enrich their general knowledge, but might even boost their language skills. Let me paint another picture from the learner's point of view. So, Sunay and Dolapo sit next to each other in their first grade class. Sunay asks, "Kan ek asseblief jou gom leen?" Dolapo turns her head, just staring at Sunay as she repeats a question. "Kan ek asseblief jou gom leen?" Since Dolapo's home language is isiZulu, she's unable to understand or respond to Sunay's question. Later in the week, the class is divided up into small groups to do a class activity, and all the learners are scared to communicate among the group simply because they do not all understand each other. What is the teacher's role and responsibility in a situation like this? Before even considering the communication barrier, the teacher should know and understand their own language and cultural roots to be able to understand and respect those of others. The teacher should acknowledge that once a learner steps into a classroom for the first time and the language of instruction is not their home language, you have an extra scared learner on your hands. They will be worried and anxious, and it will definitely affect their ability to learn. Your job as a teacher is to find a way to bond with that learners, to earn their trust and make them feel as comfortable as possible in this new and unfamiliar environment. A great way to let all the learners in your class feel welcome is by putting up multilingual signs and posters up against the wall. Dr. Pascal Colvo once wrote, "You must acknowledge the learner's own linguistic and cultural knowledge in order to understand his identity." Children find it easier to engage with the language of instruction if their language is recognized and valued in their classroom. Let's talk strategies. Since there is a communication barrier between the teacher and some of the students, the teacher can use pictures to implement commands, such as to indicate to keep quiet. This can indicate that you are going to do art. This can indicate that it is time to eat. And this can indicate that it's time for toilet routine. Once the learners know all the signs and are shown to act accordingly, you can start by saying the word together with a picture. While holding up the picture, you can say quiet. And the picture of the lunchbox, you can say food or eat. Step by step, they will start connecting the words with the actions until later you will only have to say the words to give the instructions. Make sure to still make an effort in communicating with them informally in their own language, even if it's only short phrases and sentences. This will assure them that this is still a comfortable environment. Include books from all languages in your book corner and listen to songs and rhymes from every culture. The classroom environment is and will always be unpredictable. The best we can do is to make sure that we know our learners, we trust our abilities, and we keep loving the job. The fact that we make an effort is already one step in the right direction.